and tutorial using the new liquid eyeshadows from Huda Beauty. These are called the Matte and Metal Melted Eyeshadows. They are $25 each, and I picked them up at Sephora. So I actually went to the Sephora store and picked these up. The Sephora store I went to was inside of a JCPenney, and they had pretty much sold out of all of them, but these two shades. I did want to get more shades, but these were the only shades they had left. So I have ordered one more shade from Sephora online. The shades that I have is Faux Fur and Bamboo Hoops, which is what I'm wearing on this eye. I think this eye turned out really, really pretty. And then on this eye, I am wearing Bubble Bath and Pink Champagne. So that's what's on this eye. So I was really excited to test these out. When I seen her video of her explaining how these work, like a month ago, I was super intrigued by these because I do really love liquid shimmering eyeshadows. So I was really excited to play around with these, and the matte shades I was concerned with because my question was, am I going to be able to put a dry matte shadow over top of them? And that's what I do today. I kind of play around with it and see if I'm able to put a dry matte shadow over top. While I was at Sephora, even though I wasn't able to get all the shades, I went ahead and swatched all of them on my arm just so that you guys could see what the shades look like. This picture is taken with a flash because I wanted you guys to see the shimmering properties in the actual shimmer shadow, and I think they're absolutely beautiful. And I also took it without the flash. The lighting in the JCPenney wasn't the best, and it was kind of out in the aisle, so it wasn't like you stepped into the Sephora where it's more lit up. So where I took the picture didn't have the best lighting. So each one of these contains two different shades. You have the matte shade on one side and the shimmer shade on the other. Each side is 0.06 fluid ounce, so it's not a lot of product, so you really don't get a lot with these. The total weight of this is 0.12 fluid ounces, so it's just under a quarter ounce for both. It's not a lot of product for the money, because if you compare it to the Stilas, okay, now I know that the Stila is all in one product, but we're just talking about the weight, not, you know, the differences between the shimmer and the matte. I know that this is strictly a shimmer, but the ones from Stila is 0.153 fluid ounces. So this one is a quarter ounce. You get a little bit less product in this than you do this. For $1 more, you only get half of the shimmer shade than you get in this. The shimmer shade in the Huda Beauty one is half of what you get in the Stila. So just know that. I know that together combined it's a little bit less than the Stila, but these are pretty expensive. $25, you know, you're actually paying $1 more and you're getting less product in this as you would in a Stila. I just wanted to point that out to you guys in case you were interested in the comparisons from this to the Stila. I'm super excited to share my thoughts on these with you. Now, I was going to be uploading a different video today, but I asked you all in my community center if you wanted to see this video or my review of the ColourPop and the new collaboration with I Love Sarah IE, and you guys voted for me to put this video up first. So be on the look for my review of the new collection from ColourPop and Sarah IE coming up very soon. But until then, we're gonna jump right into this tutorial. I'm very particular about my liquid eyeshadows, so I definitely put these to the test. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. But this is what the actual tube looks like. So here's what the wand looks like. So on this side is the shimmering end, and it's kind of a brush. This is what the actual wand looks like for the cream eyeshadow. So this is what the brush looks like. I'm going to put the shimmer on this side just so you guys can see how it applies. Oh, these are nice and very smooth. So this is one dip. I'm just showing you guys what it looks like with one dip. And I'm just doing this to show you the shade. I'm going to be wiping this off in a second. That's pretty. Look how beautiful that is. And then on this side, we're going to go ahead and put the matte. This is one dip using both sides of the applicator. So this is Pink Champagne and this is Bubble Bath. So that is what this one looks like. It's very, very pretty. So next we're gonna apply this one. We're gonna go ahead and put Bamboo Hoops on this eye. Oh, that's so pretty. Look how beautiful that is. Kind of has a really pretty like shimmering shift to it. It's like a peachy gold shade. I really like this one. I like that pink one too though. And I'm not being like super particular with this because I'm going to be wiping it off, but I'm just kind of trying to bring it up so you can see the shade. And then on this side, we're going to put Faux Fur. Now I'm curious how this is going to buff out. Like as far as placing it on the eye and then buffing it out with a brush. So that's what I'm going to do just to see how easy this is to buff out. That's what it looks like blended out. And I'll be honest with you, that's pretty. That blends out nice. The only reason why I didn't blend out the pink one is because I'm actually going to use the pink one in a tutorial. So I wanted to blend this one out so you could see what it looks like. You could use that as an eyelid primer because I feel like that's kind of what it did. It gave me the color, but it's a primer. So I like it. So far, I'm liking these. So let's go ahead and put this cream side, this Faux Fur, all over this eyelid. And then blend it out. Like I can tell that you really got to kind of work quick with these because they do want to dry pretty fast. I mean, it's not like they dry really fast, but they dry quickly, but you still kind of have time to place them down and kind of blend them out. But look how beautiful that is. And it's very smooth. I'm so curious about this liquid matte eyeshadow. This one is completely dry and set down. I mean, it is not budging. The other thing is, are these going to be okay on top of each other? Can I put this pink one over top of this matte? Like, how is that gonna look? So I think that's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna put this matte shadow. This one is the Bubble Bath. And I am going to place this on the lid and bring it up on the crease. The only thing I can already say off the bat that I don't like is the applicator. I think they would have been better off using maybe a softer, like a felt tip applicator or something. But I know they got to keep the cost down, so you know, I don't know if that would have been more expensive to do it that way, but so I'm just gonna kind of place that down over top and then blend that out. Now I know that she talked about, you know, just being able to wear these alone without adding, you know, powdered shadow over them. And though I think that's true, I don't know that that's enough. Now I'm gonna take a brush like this and I'm gonna go on the applicator. I'm gonna place this on the lower lash line, but I think I got too much. I'm going to go ahead and put this pink shimmering on this eye. I'm going to get a brush ready though. Like I want to get a tiny little concealer brush just to make dang good and sure that I get a good application. So I'm going to make sure I'm not blocking you from seeing what I'm doing. Okay. I love this pink shimmering eye though. This is so pretty. The shimmer is just stunning. It's so beautiful. I don't want to have any like thick chunks because I do know that when you have thick chunks of this stuff, anything, you know, the more risk, you know, you run a risk of it peeling off. So I don't want this to peel. So that's kind of why I suggest going over it with a brush. Now I will say this kind of stings a little bit. You know, whatever's in it, it kind of stings for a minute. And it might just be because I'm a little bit more sensitive to the coldness and it burns a little bit, but not like major burn. I don't know. I kind of want to use a matte shadow over top. Let's see if we can do that. So I'm going to grab my KKW Beauty Classic palette and I'm going to go into this purple shade right here. I just want to see if I can put a matte shadow over top of it and build dimension over that cream, over the cream eyeshadow. So let's go ahead and, oh yeah, it's 100% dry, so you can totally do that. I'm just wanting to do that just to add a little bit of that dimension to it. If I was going to use these on a daily, I don't know that I would just use them alone. Like, I need a little bit of dimension within my crease, and I think that was what I was concerned about when I seen these, is I was like, okay, well, what if I don't like that cream shadow alone? And this is great. So I'm going to bring the pink shimmer all the way over on the corner. So I'm just going to take a smaller brush and I'm going to go into that dark purple shade from the KKW Beauty palette and go over top down there and add a little bit of dimension. But I like these. These are really pretty. Okay, Huda, this is pretty fun. I like this. This is fun. Something different. All right, now I think I'm just going to go into this shade, the first shade in the KKW Beauty palette. And I'm going to put that on the inner corner. I've put liquid eyeshadows in my inner corner and I've never liked the way it looked. Like, it looks good for like an hour and then it just doesn't last very long, and it kind of starts to kind of peel away and it just doesn't look very good after a while. That's what we're working with. I like this. I didn't know that I was going to like these, but I actually really like these. And let me just say this. Putting that powdered shadow over top of that was very easy. And I think I was concerned because I didn't know if it was going to grab shadow in certain ways and be hard to blend out, but it's not. Like, once it dries down, you can put anything you can totally put powders over top of it and add some of that dimension. And this is really pretty. I like this a lot. So I want to do this eye different. So I'll just have two different eyes. And I'm totally okay with that. I am. I'm really okay with that. I've already placed the cream shadow on my lid. I think I'm just going to use the KKW Beauty Classic palette. Keep it within the palette. I think I might use these two shades. So I am first going to go in with this shade right here. It's kind of a really pretty peachy coral shade. And I'm going to pop that over top of this cream eyeshadow that I laid down. Again, it blends out really nice over top of it. Like, it's super easy to blend shadows over this. I'm really impressed with it. And it's easy to blend out the actual shadow itself. Put some here on the outer corner. And then I'm going to bring it along the lower lash line. Now, I haven't watched any reviews on these yet because I've been waiting to review them myself. You know, I don't watch reviews of products that I am going to review because I do feel like it kind of taints my opinion. So I don't know how everybody else is feeling about these, but I like these. And actually, when I put this shade on, I feel like my shadows are more pigmented over top of that. Like, I feel like I'm getting more pigmentation from that shade in the KKW Beauty palette. And I use the classic palette all the time, so I know how those shades perform. And I feel like I'm getting more pigmentation, which is really cool, actually. So now I'm going to go into the brown shade right next to it, this one right here. And I'm basically going to add just a little bit of dimension and kind of bring some of that beige undertone to it. With the new nudes palette and now these, like, she's stepped up the game. All right, let's bring that along the lower lash line. Now I'm going to take the shimmer end, but I'm going to get my brush ready. So I would have the brush that you're going to smooth it out with, I would have it in your hand. It's just easier. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply this on my eye. Oh, yes, that's so pretty. It's a beautiful peachy peachy, shimmery gold. Oh, it's so pretty. I like the brush on this one more than I like the applicator for the cream eyeshadow. Or the liquid. I guess it's a liquid. It's not a cream. It's a liquid eyeshadow. I'm just going to kind of spray it into the outer corner. But these are fun. I like these. I like these a lot. I like these a lot. Okay, I'm going to go into that corally pink shade, and I'm going to press this on the top, over top on this outer corner. And then I'm going to go into the brown shade and just continue to kind of press it in. Oh my gosh, these are so freaking fun. Now, I feel like I need a little bit more dimension on this lower lash line. Just try to add a little bit more dimension. So what I did was I just went into the dark shade on this outer corner, which is like a purple shade. And I added that to the lower lash line, and I think that looks so much better. Now, I will say, I don't know that I would recommend putting that cream shadow on the lower lash line. I kind of feel like it doesn't blend into the wrinkles. It doesn't blend into my wrinkles like I want it to. So I don't know that I would recommend doing that, but this is so pretty. I love this. Okay, so I am back. I've went ahead and thrown some lashes on, and I put on a lippie. My lashes are from House of Lashes. These are the Iconic Lights. And then as far as my lippie goes, I just threw this on. These are new from L'Oreal. This is their new, what are they called? Rogue Signature Lip Inks. I created a video about these. I have 3 of these, and I really, really love the formula. Right now I'm wearing the shade 416 Create, and I liked it because it's a very natural looking lippy. Like, you can't really feel it sitting on your lips. So, you know, it's not like a normal matte lip. This dries down and it's long lasting, but you can't feel it sitting on your lip like you can a matte formula. Okay, so let me get into my final thoughts about the product. I don't think it's going to be any surprise to you guys. These are a hard 5, like a 5 out of a 5-star for me. These are amazing. Huda Beauty knocked it out of the ballpark with these. And after the new nudes palette, you know, she's kind of, the new nudes palette was amazing. I really love that palette. And then these are phenomenal. Probably one of the better formulas that I've used like this. And the thing that I was concerned about when I seen this formula is, one, how the matte shadow would perform. I really didn't worry about the shimmer shadow because I have a lot of liquid shimmering shadows from different brands. Steel is definitely my favorite, and I think my least favorite is the one from ColourPop. That one just kind of cracks and kind of peels away, and I don't really like that after wearing it for a while. But the one from Stila, you know, I can make those last all day. This, I can tell, is a really good formula. As long as you put on a thin application, you're not going to have any problems with these. And like I said during the tutorial, I do recommend having a small flat brush in your hand. Once you apply it, go over it with a brush just to remove any extra product sitting on the lid. Just because the thicker the product, think about that, the thicker the product, the more chances you're going to have of it starting to be too thick and kind of crack and pull away. That's what you don't want to happen. So I highly recommend taking a brush and going over it just to make sure that you don't have too thick of an application, so it'll be longer wear. So this liquid shimmering formula is phenomenal, and I think the shades are absolutely beautiful. I'm kind of hoping that she'll release more shades. For example, I want like a really beautiful coppery eye, bronze eye, a rose gold eye. Can you imagine a beautiful silver with a beautiful cool tone matte shadow? Oh, I'm obsessed. So I'm really hoping that she releases more shades in these because these are phenomenal. Now let's talk about the matte formula. So the matte formula surprised me because the thing that worried me about these is, one, I didn't know if it was going to be too thick. And I don't want, you know, sometimes when you put a liquid matte shadow on, it can be too thick and it kind of looks chunky over your eyelid. And it almost looks like you have way too much shadow on, but these you don't have that problem with. It's a thinner formula, but it dries down and sets, and it's a really, you can tell that they did a great job with the formula. But number 2, I was concerned that you wouldn't be able to blend them out. You're gonna have to blend a little bit more, obviously, than you would a dry matte shadow, but this still blends very easily without hardly any fuss, and I mean, I was very surprised by that. I really was. Number 3, the thing that concerned me was the fact that I didn't know if I could put matte dry shadows over top of them, and obviously I did, and actually it's more pigmented. So I think that's the thing that she nailed with these, is that the matte formula not only blends beautifully, doesn't get thick and cakey, but when you put a dry matte shadow over top of it, it actually enhances the color. It's amazing. I am thrilled with these, so beyond excited about these, and she nailed the formula. If you guys have been considering getting these, highly recommend it. In fact, the one that I just ordered, the Private Jet and Shimmering Sunset, they didn't have that one at my local Sephora, which is at a small JCPenney, so it's not like it's a huge Sephora. So they didn't have that, so I have ordered it online. These are phenomenal. I am so excited that I was able to share my review of these with you guys. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. I really do try to answer as many questions as I possibly can. That's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys again for all the love that you guys show me in my channel and this journey, you guys. Seriously, it means the world to me. And I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend filled with love, happiness, and joy. I will see you guys all here tomorrow, and I love you guys so much. Bye.